Hello and welcome. My name is Jasmine Torres, and this will be my week 6 video journal. And in today's journal, we'll be exploring Evolving Educations by Katie Martin, and we'll be discussing about two quotes that challenges us to think, or actually to rethink, how we approach teaching and learning in our schools. So the first quote comes from page 19, and it reads, "His teachers were focused on developing the knowledge, skills, and the mindset of learners, and in doing so created an equitable learning community that prioritized personalization, learners, and agency, authentic work, and meaningful contributions." So from this quote, we see that it sort of paints like a picture of what we all as educators aspire to achieve in a classroom, and where we hope and in hopes want our classroom to make students feel inviting, seen, heard, and overall empowered. It's in this in a learning environment that moves beyond the standards, beyond the focus, and focuses more on individual growth and authentic education. So, we move on, and so does this align with schools nowadays? In many ways, yes. So when we focus on the SEL factor, social and emotional learning, it gains momentum, and there it grows and emphasizes on equitable opportunities for all students, where schools are exploring fostering learning agencies. All right, but by doing so, we hope that student takes ownership, and as a result, make better choices and are able to resolve real life problems and contributing into their communities. But let's be honest, there are still challenges. Some of the obstacles that linger would be when the child is labeled struggling or at risk. These labels we often put on students who are a little bit more of a handful, and by doing so, we in a sense neglect focusing on better personalizing learning experience for them. And what we should do is develop a more personable strategies for this student that we're labeling. So now let's consider the second quote, which would be found on page 20. "Rather than approach learners with a deflect-based lens, we can work to understand and build their unique strength, talent, and help them develop a skills, knowledge, and mindset they need to see their full potential." So this quote, I believe, directly ties into the SEL concept, where it's asset-based and instruction and more of a student agency. So what is SEL? I've been mentioning it a lot, which is social emotional learning, where it provides foundation in order to develop a skilled mindset, as the author describes, Miss Katie Martin, by fostering the SEL concept, emotional intelligence, resilience, and empathy, we empower students to see growth and opportunity. So by focusing on the SEL factor, we're able to construct a more strong and a more sense of a community, making students feel safe and supported. So what is assist-based instruction? What it is, it's an instruction that celebrates what they can do. And imagine a classroom where students have different talents, different unique backgrounds, and For instance, a bilingual student might use their language skills to create a project that connects both their culture, but demonstrate also their contribution with the classroom. So it focuses more on what they can do and versus what you want them to do, and let them further explore that. So finally, when we talk about student agencies, we're giving the student a choice, a voice in their own learning plan, and being able to better see their full potential. For instance, when they're doing a research project, maybe allow students to create a podcast, a video, or YouTube. Also incorporate student-led conferences, which reflect on their progress, their mindset, and they're able to discuss what they've learned. I think these approach may ensure that the student is not just going with the motions, but they're able to better acknowledge and actively engage in their participation with their education plan. So what more can be done to fully realize what Miss Katie Martin's vision would be? I think as educators, maybe invest in more teacher trainings, as teacher trainings provide a resource for professional development, and implement personalized instruction. Advocate for equity, and maybe involve students more in decision making rather just doing the decisions for them. Maybe create a school culture where students voice and shape their political classroom practices. All those would be great assets to a classroom. Thank you so much for taking the time and reviewing my video. Have a great day.